War destroys, buildings collapse, supply chains fracture, markets disappear. But after the shelling stops, another battle begins: food. In damaged villages across contested regions, soldiers are now seen knocking on doors, boxes in hand, uniforms still dusty from the front, door to door, house to house, bread, canned goods, water. The image is powerful, but in modern warfare, no image stands alone. Is this simple humanitarian relief? A necessary response to broken infrastructure? Or something more strategic? Because when armies deliver food, they are not just moving supplies. They are shaping perception, influencing stability, redefining control. In war, territory matters, but loyalty matters more. And sometimes, the most strategic delivery is not ammunition, it is aid. To understand food deliveries, we must understand what war removes. Local shops close first, then fuel runs out, then transport stops. Bridges are damaged, warehouses are hit, farm routes become unsafe. Even in fertile regions, distribution collapses before production does. Food exists, access does not. In several rural settlements near active front lines, infrastructure damage has disrupted normal supply chains for months. Electricity outages affect refrigeration. Cash shortages disrupt trade. Road insecurity limits private transport. Civilians adapt. They ration. They share. They rely on local stocks. But over time, scarcity builds pressure. This is where organized distribution enters. Military logistics units already operate structured supply systems: fuel, ammunition, medical kits, rations. Adding food packages to those routes is operationally efficient. Trucks that deliver equipment can also deliver aid. Convoys already secured can carry additional cargo. From a purely logistical standpoint, it makes sense. The military often becomes the only structured network still functioning in contested areas. Not because it replaces civilian systems by design, but because it is the only system still intact. And when civilians lack access to markets, whoever controls logistics controls stability. This is not unique to this conflict. In modern war zones, from the Middle East to Eastern Europe, military-backed aid has repeatedly filled governance gaps, sometimes temporarily, sometimes permanently. The key question is not whether food is delivered, it is what follows delivery, because aid solves immediate hunger. But it also establishes presence, and presence over time becomes influence. Food is physical, but its impact is psychological. A knock on the door in a damaged village is not just a delivery, it is a signal. It signals presence. It signals control. It signals capability. In conflict zones, perception travels faster than trucks. Images of soldiers handing out bread circulate online within hours. Clips are shared. Narratives form. Some viewers see relief, others see messaging. Both interpretations can exist at once. Because humanitarian action and strategic communication are not mutually exclusive, modern warfare operates on two parallel fronts: the kinetic battlefield and the informational battlefield. On the ground, food stabilizes households. Online, it stabilizes narratives. When civilians accept aid, it creates an image of cooperation. When cameras capture gratitude, it shapes international perception. When distribution appears organized, it suggests governance capacity. This matters. In contested territories, control is not only about checkpoints, it is about daily life. Who restores electricity? Who reopens roads? Who distributes essentials? These functions gradually replace emergency presence with administrative normalcy. And normalcy is powerful, because once routines form, weekly deliveries, predictable visits, structured aid, they reduce uncertainty. Reduced uncertainty builds dependency. Dependency builds influence. Again, this does not automatically negate humanitarian intent. Food can genuinely be needed. Relief can genuinely help. But in war, impact is never singular. A food package feeds a family. It also reinforces a system. And systems, once embedded, are difficult to displace. Short-term, food reduces tension, hunger declines, complaints soften, stability improves. But long-term, something deeper shifts. When daily survival becomes linked to a military structure, authority begins to normalize. Not through force, through routine. Children grow accustomed to uniforms at the door. Families schedule around distribution days. Local dynamics adjust. Over months, emergency relief can evolve into administrative presence. And in contested regions, administration is power. Because legitimacy in modern conflict is rarely declared, it is gradually absorbed into everyday life. A loaf of bread does not redraw borders, but repeated deliveries can redraw perceptions. And in long wars, perception often outlasts gunfire. War destroys fast. Reconstruction begins slowly. Between those two moments, aid appears. A soldier at a doorway, a box of food, a brief exchange of words. For one family, it is a meal. For the broader landscape, it is a message. In modern conflict, power is not only projected through firepower, it is projected through function. Who provides, who organizes, who shows up consistently. Food does not erase destruction, it does not settle sovereignty, but it shapes atmosphere, and atmosphere shapes memory. Years from now, when analysts study territorial shifts, they will not only examine battles, they will examine systems. Who filled the vacuum? Who managed daily life? Who converted presence into routine? Because in war, control is not only taken, it is maintained. And sometimes, the quietest strategy is not carried in a rifle. It is carried in a box left at the door.